Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today we're going to be talking about Christmas sewing. But before I get into that, look at all these piles I have here. Look at all this ambition right here. But before we get into that, I just want to do some quick housekeeping. Okay, so I finished my second class over the weekend. It went great. I just had so much fun teaching both in-person classes. It is definitely something I want to do in the coming year, in 2023 and beyond. It just really filled my cup. But for those of you that can't, where the option is never going to be there to do an in-person class, don't worry. I have a lot of really crazy things to share with you guys, a lot of really fun things to share. I'm going to wait and do that at an end of the year, a quick end of the year roundup, and then 2023 plans video that I'm going to do at the end of December. So stay tuned for that. It's very exciting. On that note, hopefully you can't, well, no, you can kind of see the state of my sewing room behind me. But because I was doing these two classes, my sewing room looks like a bomb has been set off. But and I'd mentioned this on here before, I'm going to be doing some reorganizing of the sewing room. I got new tables. We went to IKEA, I got new tables. I'm just gonna be doing kind of a little refresh, kind of. I mean, I'm not painting walls or anything like that. Just gonna move some things around, reorganize the furniture, that kind of thing here in the sewing room. So I took some before pictures. We've kind of started building things in the other part of the basement, IKEA things. But anyway, I'll be sharing that video here with you soon. But I'm very much looking forward to actually having a week of just sewing. I went through my digital patterns, well, my printed off PDFs last night, and that felt really good. Some things that I know that I'm not that same size anymore, or things that my kids aren't that same size anymore, whatever. So that felt really good. So from now until the end of the year, it is all about reorganizing, getting my fabric put in the correct places, because I have a very good organization system I love here, and it's just kind of fallen to the wayside just because, when you get busy and things suffer, and that's one of the things that has suffered. Also, newsletter. I am moving my newsletter release night. For the past few months or whatever, I've been releasing that on Thursday nights. I'm actually going to move the, it'll still be every other week, but it's actually going to be released on Monday nights. So you will have early access to Tuesday videos instead of Friday videos. There's a few reasons why that's happening, but one of the things is that I was releasing the Love Notions Feature Friday pattern a little early, I just totally didn't think about the fact that, I knew that my people getting the newsletter were getting the video early, obviously, but because the Feature Friday is usually just like a little part I put into the video, I don't know, it just didn't click, whatever. I don't know why the dots weren't connecting, but they weren't. And so that I'm not spoiling any surprises, I'm gonna start releasing my newsletters on Mondays. So you'll still get early access to video, so every other Monday, the newsletter will be going out. And the next newsletter that goes out is this coming Monday, so the 14th. And you are gonna wanna be subscribed to the newsletter list, because Friday's video, I had someone comment on a video that I did a long time ago about my favorite pattern companies and fabric shops, and it's just really old, and there's been a lot of new developments, new things I love, and all that kind of thing. That's the type of video I feel like you need to refresh every now and again. So I'm like, I should refresh that video. So I've decided I'm gonna split those up into two separate videos. I'm gonna do one on my favorite fabric stores and my favorite basic fabrics that I like to stock up on. And that's gonna be on Friday. And then I'll do one about my favorite pattern companies and why, probably closer to the end of the year. But I'm gonna split those into two separate videos. So Friday, I'm gonna be going through my go-to fabric shops, especially for basics. Like, I had a lot of people in my classes that were asking, okay, refresh, because I'll say a lot, this is my favorite cotton spandex, and they're like, they'd be helpful to have like a place where all of that information lives. So I am going to be putting together a PDF that is going to contain all of my favorite basics. I thought it's really a good counterpoint to my wardrobe basics checklist. These are like my basic fabrics. These are the fabrics I like to have in stock, and I have them in my colors and some in my daughter's colors because that's who I do a bulk of my sewing for. But kind of, you know, the whole range. I'm going to sit down and think about all the different fabrics that I like to have on stock and where I buy them, and we'll be talking about my favorite fabric shops on Friday. But I'm not going to be putting all of those into a link or links into the description box. Instead, I'm just going to have a link to the newsletter for that particular video, so that you sign up for the newsletter, and then Monday evening you will receive Monday's newsletter. It'll have early access to Tuesday's video, but it will just basically go down and you'll have that PDF to save on your computer. So then if you're ever like, gosh, I really want to make this t-shirt, you know, you can see what I like to use. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, but just something handy for those of you, because I know that pairing fabrics with patterns can be a little difficult sometimes. So that is going to be kind of a freebie for the newsletter that will go out Monday, so the 14th, November 14th. So you're going to want to sign up for the newsletter. That's linked down in the description box below. But the video will go out Friday, and then excuse me, this Friday, which is what? The 11th. This Friday the 11th, the video will go out, but then the PDF that has all those links will go out to the newsletter subscribers on Monday the 14th. So just kind of wanted to do a quick recap of that. So that's the video we've got going up. I'm going to be going into the Arlington hacks for the Sunday tutorials. We'll be doing that, and then I got a lot of good ideas for sew-alongs. Probably before we delve into some of the sew-alongs, though, I am going to do a tutorial on how to line a pair of pants, because I had a lot of people request that one, and I'm going to be making some pants. So I thought I would do that too. So that's kind of what we got going on Sundays from now through the end of the year. Then we'll be going back into some sew-alongs, and then I've missed those. And then just kind of what we've got coming up a little bit with videos. I currently am in a pattern test right now. Cannot wait to share that with you. I am one of the collaborators for Cashmerette's December pattern. So that's the third pattern that they asked me to collaborate on. It is so good. Be very excited for December 1st. But that's coming up that I'll be showing with you guys. My Destashify stuff is going to be coming up for November. I've got another Sew the Look that's going to be coming up. What else? I feel like a lot of good things. I had a lot of people request a quilting cotton video, although after I had said that on the video, it was like the next video that Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles put up. It's so funny. We have so much like crossover. And actually a lot of people in the class, my classes these past 2 weekends also watch Karina, and they're like, you guys are like yin and yang. She's so like quiet and calm and just soothing, whereas I'm like, ah! Which I thought is hilarious. I'm like, I can totally see that. You are correct. Yes. I love Karina very dearly. She has become a very good virtual friend. So I think that's so funny. But she put out a video on what to make with quilting cottons on Friday. I think her Friday video. I'll link her video down below if you want to go have a look. So I'm like, well, do I need to put one out? I mean, she's just did one. It's like pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see about if I decide, if you guys really want me to put one out, I will, but she does have one. So I will link that down below, and she always does a fabulous job with everything she does. So love her. Okay, let's talk about Christmas. Now, I just want to say, I am one of these people that enjoys Thanksgiving. So the US holiday, Thanksgiving, which will be in like 2 weeks, I think. I really enjoy that holiday. In fact, it's one of my favorite holidays because it's kind of the wonderfulness of bringing family together and having that meal and that special day. And usually it's a couple of days of us all together, but it doesn't necessarily, I mean, I love Christmas. Christmas is right there with it. Those are probably two of my favorites, but I do really love Thanksgiving. So I don't want Thanksgiving to miss its due diligence. So while I will not have my Christmas decorations up until after Thanksgiving, and I will not be doing any Christmassy activities until, well, Thanksgiving, during that Thanksgiving holiday, my family and I, we've got some plans to do some Christmassy things. So we'll be getting into the Christmassy spirit that weekend of Thanksgiving here in the US. But as makers, I need to get started. Probably actually, I should have done this a little sooner than now, but get started if I want to do any holiday making for my loved ones. I don't always make things for people for the holidays. I kind of go year by year and see how I feel. If I'm really overwhelmed and just am not feeling it, like the sojo's just not there, I just buy all the gifts. But sometimes I'm feeling really inspired and there's some things that I know that my family would really love. And in those situations, I will sit down and make things. And clearly I'm feeling inspired right now. Now, not all of these are gonna be gifts. I have a couple of things that I'm making in preparation for the holiday season. Namely some things for my son because he needs to wear them for the Thanksgiving and holiday season. But I thought I would go through my list of things that I am making my loved ones for Christmas and for the holidays. So let's get started. I've got stuff here for my husband, although he's upstairs. My husband, my son, my daughter, and my sister. And then I've got, okay, so let's start with my sister, just because this is sitting right here on the top. All right, so Style Arc Patterns had a pattern sale on all their dresses not that long ago, and all their dresses were 25% off. So I went, there were a couple that I had my eye on. My sister, I've made her the Monty shirt dress. Is that it from Style Arc though? I feel like I've made her more from Style Arc. Maybe not. Anyway, she loves it. She loves that kind of loose to style dress. And one of the dresses that was on sale, I mean all of them, was the Hope dress. And I just could see this on her. Those big sleeves, short. I've mentioned this before. My sister has legs that go for days and really long arms. The genetic gene pool was not fair. But she is built similar to me in that it's a short torso with longer proportionally arms and legs. She's just taller in general. She's like 5'7". I'm 5'2". So she has like really long legs and arms. Mine still aren't long. They're just long for my proportions. Anyway, I could see that with her over-the-knee boots, tights, and wearing it to work. She works at a college and works with alumni and fundraising and all that kind of stuff. I could just see this. And she is a sunlit spring. Nope, not spring. Sunlit summer. I think she's a sunlit summer. But teal is on her card, the cooler teal. And I have this, it's an art gallery print. I actually bought it for myself, but I think this is gonna work really, really well on her. And I'm gonna make her the Hope dress in this fabric. It's got a lot of like the hot pink on here, like fuchsia, that I think she could bring out in her accessories. And I just think this is gonna be, I think this could go for me too, and I would just bring out different colors in the fabric. But because teal's actually a pretty universal color, I have 3 yards of this. I just think it's gonna make a lovely little dress for her. So I have my sister's measurements. It's a very loose dress, so I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble fitting it at all. So I'm gonna be making a Hope dress for my sister out of this fabric, and I think this is already laundered. I've had this in my stash for a little bit. I've actually used the same colorway with the same fabric in the navy colorway. I made myself the is it the Azores top? No. Oh, is it the Auvert? Oh, I can't remember what the name of it is. The Itch and Stitch pattern that has the shirring at the waist. It's a dress and a top, and I made a top. Same fabric as just the navy colorway. So this is gonna be for my sister, and it's gonna be a Style Arc Hope dress. Okay, next up, let's just do my daughter because I've got her stuff just sitting right here on top. So I'm actually, like I said, I'm gonna start the Arlington hacks on Sunday. And the first one I'm gonna do is gonna be an Arlington, the cropped Arlington. I'm gonna omit the bottom band though that comes with that and just make it a crop top. But I'm gonna do the longer bishop sleeve on it. But I'm going to, the hack is that I'm gonna be putting the Love Notions Dockside Polo neckline on it. So it's gonna be a knit, basically a Johnny collar on there. So like a polo style collar, just no buttons. I've made her that same top before, except I did the shorter puff sleeve on the Arlington, and the same with the Dockside. And that was one of the shirts that got ruined with my husband's sneaky shorts that snuck into the laundry on vacation. So hers is that pink and white stripe. I made her 3 tops out of the same fabric. That was one of them, which is so disappointing. But I'm gonna make her a long sleeved one, and I'm actually going to use, so this will be the sew along. Also, none of my family watches my videos really, so I feel like I can easily talk about all this. So I've got this sweatshirting, but it's a viscose sweatshirting, so it's very drapey and pretty lightweight, but it's got a nice soft fuzzy backing, and then you know, the fleece backing, and then, you know, the regular jersey on the front. And I'm gonna make her the long sleeve Arlington hack. So this will be, gosh, I have a lot of this. I think this was a remnant that I bought from Style Maker Fabrics, if I'm not mistaken. I may have 3 yards of this. She could get a sweatshirt out of this too, and I bought it with her in mind. So this is kind of, this is a little clear of a color for her, but I think it's gonna be fine. She does well in the lighter blues. So I'm going to make, yes, that cropped Arlington with the dockside collar on it, and I'll be doing a video on how I do that, so that'll be Sunday's video. So this is gonna be made up here real soon. So that will be for her. And then I've mentioned this on the channel before, but then I can't remember if I'd shown you the fabric. So I made her back in the summer a pair of Deer and Doe Genet shorts, and she loves those. I made them in a purple bull denim, loves them. I made her the little matching Fougere jacket, the cropped overshirt. It's like the little purple jacket. She wears that, she's wearing it today. Wears it all the time. Like just with her outfit, like she has a coat on over it because it's chilly today. But I have this fabric from my mentor that I inherited from her. So it's like a pale gray and then like a seafoam green, and then there's a little pink that's in there. Maybe you can see that. I mean, these are her colors completely. She wants a pair of trousers, and I am making her the Mitchell trousers in that beautiful navy and white window pane check that you guys saw on Friday, I think. She knows she's getting those. Technically, she knows she's getting these too, but I think she may have forgotten about it. So I'm gonna gift her this with this. I really think those are gonna be fun together. She can wear so many different tops with this, including the little Alyssa threads from the Know Me Patterns little cardigan I'll be making. That will be beautiful. I'm looking at the fabric right behind the camera, and that will pick out this pink perfectly. So, but she also knows she's getting that. So I don't know, I may sneak it in as a gift. But yes, this is gonna be the Genet pants by Deer and Doe, and I am gonna line them. I'm also gonna be doing, like I mentioned, a tutorial on how to line pants, which work for any kind of, you know, pant pattern. And it's a front zip fly that I'll be showing you how to do. So anyway, that's gonna be the Genet pants for her. And I just couldn't remember if I showed those to you. I do think she's forgotten about this, but she was very excited about it when I showed it to her a while ago. So hopefully she has. So those are gonna be her, what I like to get them each like an outfit, clothing item of some sort for Christmas. So that will be in hers. My son's is more athletic that I'm getting him, but I am making him some stuff for, in preparation for the holidays. So we'll do him next. So I have got this, does this have stretch? It does. This is a cotton twill from Minerva that I bought when they had their big sale like at the end of July. I have 2 yards of it, and this is gonna be a pair of the Wardrobe by Me men's chinos. I've made those for him this time last year in corduroy. Fingers crossed those still fit him. I think I left a pretty good size. I think his waist is fine. I do think I left a pretty good sized hem in those that I could drop down if I need to. He needs to try those on because he's gonna need those for the holiday season on occasion, his fancy pants. But I'm also gonna make him a pair of chinos. I mean, these he could wear in the winter. He could also wear them in the spring, anytime he needs fancy pants. But I'm gonna have him try on those cords because if they still fit fine in the waist, I'll just use the same pattern with the same alterations. I basically took really big darts in the back because he does have a butt, a soccer butt, but he does not have a waist at all. His waist is, I mean, he does. He has a very small waist. A lot of gathering that has to happen to cinch that up. So he's gonna get a pair of chinos. Again, these need to be done before, preferably before Thanksgiving. We'll see. And then he picked out, so this is some chromatic check yarn dyed cotton from Blackbird Fabrics. And actually he and my husband each picked out a fabric from them when they were having a sale a little while ago. I got 3 yards of each because it's only 45 wide. But this is the one he picked out. Isn't that pretty? I love those colors. So I'm gonna be making, actually him and my husband the same, the Thread Theory Fairfield shirt. I've made that for both of them, although I'm gonna have to put a different size out for my son because he has grown, he has a very long torso, just like my daughter. They take after their dad. But he needs like a men's medium in his shirts and a men's small in his pants because he has teeny tiny waist, but his legs are shorter in comparison to his torso, like his height's in his torso. So I do have to, I'm sure I'll have to go bigger with the, because he has grown quite a bit height-wise. So I'm pretty positive I'll have to print out a new size for him. But yeah, the Fairfield for him. And then my husband picked out this one, which is also beautiful. It's kind of this red and aqua. So I'm making him the same shirt pattern, just in his size. So that is for him. So this is gonna be for my husband. And I also, skipping around a little bit here, I also grabbed, so like I said, my class was this past weekend, and we had a little reception again at True Cotton, which is the little fabric store close to me. And they had rolls in the back, a whole bunch of batiks, but they also had some plaid shirtings that were only $6.50 a yard, and they were on sale. Everything on the rolls were $6.50 a yard. So I grabbed 2 of these plaid shirtings. I got 3 yards of each of these, and I think this one's gonna be for my husband as well. It's just very traditional. I just think it's very good looking. So I'm gonna do that one basically all at the same time. I also grabbed this one, and I was thinking maybe for my son, but actually I might keep this one for me. That ochre, and then it's like a dark navy, and then like a brick red that's in there. It's very traditional, but I think it's very pretty. So we'll see. We'll see if I give that up or if I keep that for myself. Also on a side note, I also bought myself some more Cafe Facet fabric. Got 3 yards of this. Probably won't do anything with it until closer to the summer when I make my octopi dress. But yeah, this is gonna be a summer dress of some sort. I just love the colors, it's in red. And then this ochre background really got me. That's just a side note though. Okay, and then the final thing I wanna make for the holidays, so I had shown you on Friday that I was gonna make the Know Me Patterns by Alyssa Threads, the little cropped cardigan. It's not, that fabric won't work for the skirt. However, I have this thrifted skirt, and it has a hole somewhere in it, which is why I grabbed it. But the fabric is really lovely. So I thought I would refashion it because, I mean, there's a hole. It can't be worn as is. So, but it's this beautiful like heathered gray, and it is a skirt, and the weight of the sweater knit is just beautiful. And I'm gonna do one of the skirts for my daughter. Maybe the shorter one, but I may go for the longer one because I think this with that guava merino would be a really pretty outfit. And then obviously she could wear it mix and match, but I think it would be fun with tights underneath and her little booties or whatever. So I've decided when I have this out to do the cardigan, I'm also gonna make her the skirt. So we'll see if that is just things she receives or or things maybe even preparation for the holidays. Like that could be a good Thanksgiving outfit. And I'm making her brother a Thanksgiving outfit, so maybe I can make her one as well. The only thing I don't have here is I usually make my kids Christmas pajamas, and they're not always like Christmassy. Now last year I made them, my son a pair of True Bias Hudson pants, and then my daughter, I made her the Love Notions Breckenridge Henley along with the Love Notions Resolution joggers as a set, and I went with a knit that looked kind of like a sweater knit, but it was not a sweater knit, like a Fair Isle Christmas sweater kind of, so it had like little trees and stuff, but that Fair Isle pattern, it was just a cotton spandex knit, but a little unexpected Christmas colors. It wasn't your typical Christmas colors that I really loved, but I have in the past just chosen a pretty plaid like flannel that I've liked. You know, I have gone some years with something that's a little bit more, you know, Christmassy. They had Christmas sloths on their pajamas one year. So I haven't decided, I haven't seen anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be great. I also haven't decided if I would rather do like flannel pants for each of them, and then I could make them each like a coordinating t-shirt or something to sleep in, or, you know, what I want to do there. But I just haven't seen anything yet. I looked at Style Makers, because that's where I've gotten the fabric for their Christmas pajamas the past couple of years, but nothing is jumping out at me yet. And I do feel like flannel pajama bottoms might be the easiest, just like your standard elastic waist, wide leg pajama bottoms. I think I would just do maybe the Itch to Stitch Foz pajamas, just the bottoms on that for my daughter. And then for my son, the Wardrobe by Me pajama pants, I've made those for him before and he really likes those. Yeah, and just a matching plaid. I don't know. Anyway, so there we have it. That is the sewing I am planning to do either for gifts for the holiday season or in preparation of the holiday season. I am planning on hunkering down in my sewing room this week. Unfortunately, though, not unfortunately, I'm glad the weather's nice. It is getting cooler here, but it's like sun every day. And so it's beautiful to be outside right now because I know that that is short-lived here in Indiana, but I really just want to hole up in the basement, and either I'm kind of in a mode to organize and clean, although it would be very overwhelming if I did it all at once. So I do need to break that up into, you know, sections, especially because I need to a lot of fabric needs to be folded and put away in the areas that it puts away. And for instance, my rayon drawer is bursting at the seams, so I need to, you know, break that into a second drawer kind of, but I think I could, you know, make a couple of the other drawers a little smaller because I've used stuff. Anyway, but I need to go like section by section so I don't get overwhelmed. So that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to sit down and sew, and I'm very excited about doing just that. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think that's it though. Happy Tuesday. I hope you all get in some sewing. And don't forget, even if you are sewing for the holidays and sewing for others, well, that is lovely, and I think a way for us to share a little bit of ourselves with our loved ones. Don't forget that sewing is not a selfish hobby. Sewing for yourself is not selfish sewing. This is your hobby, this is your creative outlet, this is your craft, and make sure you take some time to still make some things for yourself, just so you can keep those creative juices flowing and that you don't get burnt out. That's important to remember this time of year. I have been victim to the sewing burnout many a holiday season, and that's not fun, and that's not what the holidays are about. So there we have it. Okay, guys, have a good week. I will see you on Friday. We're going to be talking about my favorite places to buy fabric and my favorite fabrics that I like to use for my basics. Okay. Choking. All right, that's all I've got. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.